Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome to the cup where the tea is always piping hot. I am Audrey, and we are here to talk about my least favorite episode of every single season of Drag Race, Snatch Game.
You did it! Yay!
Yes, I did.
Yes. And I'm Logan Murphy, just a gay. Here, we're drinking water because Brandon isn't.
And I'm Miss Baltimore Bombshell, and I am tipsy.
I am Brandon. I do have water with me. Again, hydration important. However, this episode I brought out vodka
Here we go.
Vodka?
because, oh, honey.
We're gonna
let's
need
just-
it.
Yeah,
Oh, honey.
let's just say, when I watched this, I was drunk on a Cosmo, and let's just say that I was surprised I was paying attention, and now we need more alcohol today, so that's why the vodka's out. So
You mean the vodka?
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
so sorry. Hold on. Vodka?
Oh God, this
Oh,
episode
boy.
was so because I did not watch it live. I'm usually a live watcher. I had a prior engagement, and so I had to come back later. And I was so concerned coming into this episode because the commercial from last week was Willow Pill kind of being possibly in danger. And so usually I'm very spoiler averse also. And so this week, though, I threw out the window. I was like, I need to make sure that Willow is still safe, that Willow is still in the game. And then when I see everything that went on, I was like, I need to watch this stat because it sounded like a train wreck. And it was. It really was.
And so I'm with you, Odd, because I usually watch it. I try to watch it live, but as of late, I've been doing it like on Hulu, so like the day afterwards. And it actually took me like a few days.
Oh,
But
wow.
I will preface this by saying I won't stay the entire time because I didn't actually finish the episode. I
Yeah.
got to just where, it started, like where Snatch Game started, and then I was like, I'm going to bed.
Valid.
yeah,
Valid.
very, very valid this episode.
Yeah, I made sure I went to this watch party that I go every week on Fridays. That Tatiana hosts. So
Cool.
I made sure. I made sure that I went to this because again, Snatch Game iconic. However, we have a lot to talk about. So how should we
We
start
do.
this?
We are starting at the very beginning because guess what? I took actual notes for this episode.
There we go.
For the first time in 5 weeks.
That's not true. You took notes at least 4 weeks ago.
No, literally in our Google Drive. Full transparency. I have notes, written out typed notes for episode 2, episode 5, and episode 10.
Oh my
You know
god!
what? It was definitely it was UK then.
It definitely was UK.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yep. But we do start the episode, and it's the double save. Georges and Jasmine did a great job in last week's lip sync. There's still 8 queens remaining.
There's only been 500
Okay.
episodes.
Here's what I'm going to say. If you're complaining about the fact that there are still 8 queens in the competition, don't watch Drag Race. I'm sorry. At this point, just don't fucking watch it. Because I'm sorry, it's queer art being transmitted on a worldwide platform. And if you don't like it, don't fucking watch it. Anyway, Georges and Jasmine are back in the workroom with everybody else. And Georges does say that Jasmine was the only queen she was worried about lip syncing against. And guess what? They're still trying to make this Betty bitter edit happen. Because once again, she's bitter.
Are you sure she's just not actually bitter and it's not the edit?
Oh no, she's saying all of this stuff. They're just including it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm like, Daya really is, because I'm sure, I feel like they're probably taking like the 5 times that Daya is saying something super bitter and just like keep posting it, but it's like, I don't know. Daya I go so back and forth with whether or not I'm like I don't want to say not a fan, but someone I gravitate towards. We'll say that. I keep going so back and forth because it's like, I mean, she's being very honest, you know, of like, we still really have this many girls, and I feel like that's like a common emotion to have if you're in the competition of like, let's just get through it. Like everyone doesn't have to be like rah BFFs, but then also it's just like, I don't know. I feel like her interactions with Jasmine Kennedy have like, I feel like they're kind of leading up to something between those two, because it's like, I feel like especially the last 2 episodes, very apparent like the not meshing of the two energies that they are. And so I'm just like, they must be building up. They must have something. This is where it comes back to my theory of there's going to be a double elimination. I bet it's going to be between Daya and Jasmine, and one of them is going to have the chocolate, and I bet it'll come out this next episode where it's like the whole, I mean, we'll get there, but
imagine we go through the shenanigans of next episode and no one goes home.
Oh my god.
It'll be Deja. Deja has the golden chocolate.
God, I hope so.
Oh.
Me too. I hope so. I am on board.
Mm-hmm.
Before we go any further, I would like to once again, as always, acknowledge our gone but for not forgotten Queen Cornbread. Anyway, speaking of Deja, she is emotional in her confessional because she didn't win, and obviously she's very happy for Bosco, but she's very confused as to what she's not doing to have the judges give her the challenge wins.
So I was driving Logan and I to work this morning, and I told Logan about this. I was like, I am so upset. I was like, I did not watch the rest of the episode, but I watched half of it, and I gotta tell you, I got really upset and got really choked up when Deja was so upset, because I was like, yes, I completely understand. You've gotten so close so many times. You're giving it your all, and to be told like your best just isn't good enough is hard. It's horrible. Nobody ever wants to hear that. So she's going through this, and I felt like I was there going through it with her, and I was like, oh my God. And then, and I'm just going to skip ahead real quick.
Sure. Yeah. No, of course.
When Rue starts talking about like, okay, what is your Snatch Game character? And then we actually see her do, spoiler, it's Little John. And we see.
Yeah.
Thank you, because I can't do it that well. But I died. And I looked at Logan. I'm like, I haven't seen the rest of the episode, but my God, if she doesn't fucking win, I'm going to drive off this highway.
And then I turned to her and I was like, wow.
Well, me, bitch. But only if it's good, because I will kill us both right now. But yes.
I was like, I'd like to get paid today, so.
Alert, we didn't die.
We did not.
That's good. Here in the flesh,
I was frustrated and angry and like brokenhearted for Deja, because I've enjoyed her so much this season.
And I feel like last week especially, because between Deja and Bosco, I mean, obviously that's who I feel like the top 2 were between. I feel like it was so like just so, what's the word, leveled, I guess, like neck and neck, exactly. And so because with both of them, I feel like their runways maybe could have been a little bit more
elevated,
interesting maybe. I don't know if that's the right word, but I feel like their runways were very similar energy wise, and I feel like their energies in the challenge also. And so it's like for Bosco to again then get it instead of Deja, it's like, oh yeah, you feel for the girl.
I so agree with you. And I think especially during the challenge of last week, it was very much, they were very neck and neck, but it's that Bosco's team volleyed back with her, where she was able to keep volleying more, where Deja didn't get that opportunity to interact as well because her team was just a little bit more stilted in their responses.
And a little bit better.
Yeah. So, which was kind of ridiculous because I thought Deja's team was far better than Bosco's. But for some reason, I like watched it back and I'm like, it's how they're responding back, where they're leaving a little bit more of an open-ended for her to like jump in, whereas Deja's team didn't do that. So,
yeah, very that.
It's frustrating, but
She's
On the bright-
avenged. She's avenged. So we're
truly.
good.
And on the bright side, I found out this week that I am Deja Sky's type. So I have started a petition to get Deja Sky at our local drag bar so I can say hello to her in person.
I will have a petition.
Please, yes, thank you.
No, obviously, I'm an expert.
See, we're Jay and I are sad over here in Tucson because Pangina's coming here April 1st and we don't have tickets.
Yeah, so she sold out
Same with me.
like that, and
Well-
I have like ins where she's performing, and I've not been able to.
And I feel bad to say because I have tickets for
we know,
DC.
Brandon.
Got him.
Yeah, whatever. No, so the difficulty,
I swear to God, you need to FaceTime me.
honestly. But no, it's difficult because tickets for her thing went on sale the night she got eliminated.
Oh yeah.
So like, yeah, it's like a whole thing. But anyway,
It was
this is also the first of many opportunities that I would like to acknowledge our fabulous guest judge, Dove Cameron, who I love. And yes, we'll talk more about Dove because she is truly a gem. I wouldn't say like permanent rotating guest judge, but like bring her back again. Let her judge a better episode of Drag Race.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Can I put in my little plug real fast?
Please.
So, because I'm not going to stay the whole episode because I still haven't watched it all. And even though you said that, it doesn't matter. I want to be a purist because that's who I am. Also, I'm
Fair.
old and I can sleep. But I only know of Dove from the very underrated show, Shigadoon. And Dove, if you're ever hearing this, that show's amazing. I hope there's a second season. You are phenomenal in that. And everybody should watch that show. It's amazing. Shigadoon. That's all.
What was people's first instance of Dove Cameron? If I'm curious,
Schmigadoon.
I was saying before we jumped on that I think that I was in like the age bracket where she was coming onto Disney Channel right as I was exiting Disney Channel. So I know that she exists and was in the Descendants, and I know that she had her own show, but I've never seen any of her work at all. She seems very lovely.
yeah,
I know nothing.
yeah.
of
My
her.
first instance of Dove Cameron was Liv and Maddie. So,
Mind
yeah. So that, and here's the thing, like, this was also during a time where I was starting to transition out of Disney in a way, because like Liv and Maddie was great. I'll say that, but Descendants, when you have a movie directed by Kenny Ortega, like I had to watch it because High School Musical was my life. So, Descendants, I had to watch it. So, like, this was so nice to see because, like, as a younger part of the Drag Race, I'll say younger, even though I'm like as old as some of y'all. So,
No.
Wow, as old as some of y'all?
For the
Wow,
record-
Brandon.
I know I'm older than you. I
Channel
believe.
in 93. So. Schmigadoon!
Jay is the old of the group today.
Mhm.
I'm the podcast grandma.
I feel like it's usually
No.
me, right? It's usually me between on Drag Race. How old are you, Brandon?
24.
Okay, I'm 25. Okay,
We're all basically the same age.
hmm
all right around there.
Yeah, I was
If-
like, Brandon's my age. Fuck off
If
with
I
that.
Yeah, I
ever-
know.
Kids, I could have kids your age.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I
Yeah.
was like, again, this was a nice, again, Dove Cameron was a nice surprise. Like I was so happy because like I love listening to her like most recent music. Like Lazy Baby is one of my favorite songs in 2020.
Oh.
I am so mad that they took it off from some streaming services. I'm not gonna say. I'm just like, like why? I need that song.
And
And
it is funny you bring that up because I think it was this episode that Rue like tried to make a connection with a group or something with one of the queens during the mini challenge and was like, y'all have no idea who that is, do you? And they were like,
Oh,
Yeah,
expose.
yeah,
How do
That
you
was
not? How do you not know expose?
I
They're
don't.
young.
Okay. I grew up
I
on that.
do.
I do not know who
I grew up on
Expose
that.
is.
I know the
Anyway.
name. I just don't know.
We're gonna put a pin in that and move on to
Yes.
the mini challenge.
Started thinking
Where
very-
sponsored by Bubbly Sparkling Water, they have to make a wearable piece of bubbly art out of bubbly bubble wrap. I'm sorry, bubbly inspired bubble wrap. Have I said bubbly enough?
I'm like, the cup isn't sponsored. Drag Race is. Why do you keep talking about bubbly?
Bubbly sparkling waters. It's
But
so
I'm
I can do that accent.
I'm surprised nobody talked about their bubbly personalities.
Yes, because we're
Oh,
talking
my.
about bubbly sparkling water.
That's right. I'm doing dad jokes now too. What?
Have I mentioned bubbly?
Oh my god.
Anyway, Bosco wins. I don't think she should have.
Okay, I have a question about this. How do you think they made those dresses in 30 minutes?
They didn't. They gave them more time.
You think? I think 30 minutes
Absolutely.
seems plausible for
Yeah.
what they had.
No, because
I
like I know you don't. I know you don't have pictures of them, but I'm just like,
What if I did? I didn't. I don't. But what if I did?
I will say, I actually thought they did do it in 30 minutes. I mean, if you're a skilled and talented seamstress and you understand how to put together a garment, and while nobody was sewing this, they still understand their body types. So they know their measurements really well. They know what works for them. I can put together, I can sew a dress in 2 hours, like a full fucking dress.
Mhm.
Like I've done a dress in an hour. I mean, so like just duct tape and packing
A dream.
stuff. I was like, oh yeah, I could totally do that in 30 minutes.
I
mean-
think you need to get onto the level of Bianca Del Rio, Jaye, and make a dress in 10 minutes. I really think you should.
Raja O'Hara won.
What?
She just
Raja
made
O'Hara,
one.
1 minute.
Yeah. I mean, but it definitely looked like they spent the bulk of the time. Some of them spent the bulk of the time on their dress and not their makeup.
Well, because like Georges comes out and there's
Yeah,
no
that's
makeup
what I was
there.
thinking, Georges. I was like, oh, girl.
like
You look
just
tough.
lipstick.
I was like,
Speaking
honey,
of
you look-
Georges,
you look like me.
I
That's what I'm thinking.
oh no, not that. Speaking of Georges, I actually think Georges should have won the mini challenge. I don't know if that's an unpopular opinion.
I'm shocked
I
that
know.
you think this. You're very anti-Georges.
No,
I feel like
I'm
most of the
okay.
time.
No. Let me clarify. I am anti-Georges, the character that has been created on Drag Race. I love Georges, the drag queen. Love Georges, the drag queen. But no, I actually thought what Georges made looked the best on her body.
I
Honestly,
agree with you. I agree with you.
it was original. Unlike like Bosco, very clearly was going for Aquaria. Like that was evident. She didn't say that, but everybody else did. And
Yes.
so, like, for the originality and for the way it looked and the colors that they used, I thought Georges did really, really well.
Georges,
Speaking of,
I think
I'm
great
so sorry.
Face.
Yeah.
Speaking of Aquaria, since I had mentioned that I didn't see it live, Aquaria had tweeted and was like, "Oh, I love being back on the TV screen." I was like, "Oh my gosh, she came back for an episode! Like they're doing this
No.
challenge with past people on the episode." Like I was so excited, and then when I saw the actual like time that Aquaria was on, I was like, "What? This is it? Like just like 20, not even 20 seconds, 2 seconds." Oh, I was so excited for a second because I love Aquaria. I would have been so excited if they like came back to do some like little thing with the challenge. Would have been so fun.
So yeah, I was watching the preview when they come out when they have it out on Wednesdays. I was just like, and I had that immediate thought when Bosco was just like, "Wait, Aquaria?" I was just like, "Hold on."
Like, oh, Aquaria? Good. Good. Okay.
No, but I
good.
do agree with you, Logan. Like I was like, that actually looks good for Georges. And again, the color combo, Cosmo and Wanda ain't slick.
Right. I also thought Jasmine looked pretty good, honestly. Like what Jasmine made looked pretty good. Thought Deja's was decent. I didn't think anyone did horribly bad in this. But yeah, so Bosco wins the mini challenge. The maxi challenge is Snatch Game. We already knew. We had ours.
Who would
We'll
y'all do
talk-
for Snatch Game? Just to jump in, who would y'all do?
Oh no.
Go ahead, Brandon, because I have multiple characters that I would
Here's
like to do.
my issue. I don't think I call myself funny, so I don't even know who I would even do. So I don't know. Go first, and I'll probably think of something.
I'll go because
Okay.
I thought of mine.
Yeah.
I thought of mine the other day. I would do Nicole Kidman at AMC, like during the AMC commercial, because I literally, me and my posse who go to AMC movies, we quote it like every
Oh
single
my
time we're there.
God.
And one time,
Oh my
because
God.
one time we heard other people quote it, and I was like, we are amongst friends here tonight. Like this is these are our people, and so I would do her because that's so easy with the not easy. Snatch Game is very hard, but like
Yeah.
the outfit could be like very. I mean, it's very distinct the outfit she wears, so it's like I would do Nicole Kidman at AMC.
So, okay, so I've been working on my Cher impression, and it's more so Cher, or it's Delta work as Cher, pretty much. And all I really have down is Cher Cootery. I'm a fucking Oscar winner, Audrey. And so, like, maybe I would do Cher, probably not. My number one choice would actually be Kirstie Alley.
Oh.
That's
Fettuccine! And just quote Weight Watchers and
Oh,
talk
God.
about Scientology. And she is just a horrible woman. But I would love to do that. Or my potential backup, I don't know which one I would actually do, is what is her name? She's from the original Match Game. Oh fuck me. What is her name? I have to
Betty White?
No, not
No.
I think she was in that.
we
Right?
are. I mean,
She actually
we
was.
know that Logan is a Rosen Island, but
Yeah, I am Rose.
we had a discussion about that today. I'm a total George.
Oh my god. This is gonna bother someone else. Go. This is gonna bother me.
Okay.
Brett Summers. I'm so sorry. I just remembered it.
Okay.
Brett Summers from the original Match Game, because all she does is she's a bitch and she smokes a cigarette, which I don't do. But I would just be like, "What the fuck is this?" And like play it up.
Or I'm so sorry. I would also maybe do Pauly D because I love the Jersey Shore, and I feel like people are having like a really big thing with doing male characters now. Ever since Kennedy Davenport paved the way, and so I feel like if I were to do a male character, I would do Pauly D because it's just so random all the time. So I feel like could easily not easily Snatch Game wise jump in for that.
Also, this isn't a celebrity, but Jaye knows I've been trying to perfect an impression of our boss Grant, and it's pretty good.
Dear God,
oh
don't hire
my
me
God.
to watch this.
He won't. There's no chance Grant's watching this. Anyway, other Snatch Game characters. Brandon.
Okay, now that I think about this, again, the only person I really can do impression of, honestly, is Bianca Del Rio. Baloney. I can't do that right.
Baloney.
Oh my god! And then another.
Bianca Del Rio. I'm an asshole. No, again, I would do Ben de la Creme as the Bianca Del Rio puppet.
I was gonna say, I was just like, that's more Ben de la Creme as Bianca Del Rio.
I literally would just be like under the thing and just like, I'm an asshole.
I live in New York. I am. No, because like the one quote I always say, but for Bianca Del Rio is, "My mother is from Cuba and my dad's from Honduras, which basically means I have a large stick, no credit, and tendency to take things that don't belong to me." Yeah, like, I say that so fast, and no one understands what I say sometimes because this is like, what is this reference? I'm just like, oh, you don't know. So that's why I can only think of Bianca Del Rio, because like that's all I quote on a daily basis.
Right. If I was go ahead, Jaye. Go ahead.
No, I said I know exactly who I would choose, which were my two biggest style icons growing up. And Logan, you see me almost every single day.
Sure
you know how I dress, and this would be no surprise. Peg Bundy, played by the delightful Katie Seagal, or Mona Lisa Vito, played by Marissa Tomei and my cousin Vinny. Because I grew up in Queens, I'm a little bit trashy, I'm a little bit sassy, I'm way classy.
There we go.
If you want to see
I was also an auto mechanic in college the first time around, so
I love that I use that like the first time around, and now you've adopted it. Like I love that. If you want to go see what Jaye looks like on a daily basis, follow her on Instagram.
Another really good one would be Ramona Singer from New York Housewives. She would be just like,
Can I
just
do?
so chaotic.
Wait. Should I do Luann to Lesseps?
Oh my gosh, Luann would also. I'm surprised people don't do more Housewives. I know Jackie Cox did in Lisa Rinna, but
the thing is, Jackie Cox is the only person, in my opinion, to do a housewife well.
Yeah,
isn't she the only one to ever do one?
No. Kennedy on All Stars 3 did Phaedra.
That's right, she did do Phaedra.
And I believe that's the only other one. Well, no, because Tamar's not a housewife. She's just adjacent to the situation.
Hold on. What about Joslyn?
That's oh shit, Joslyn as
Teresa Giudice.
As Teresa.
Yeah. The funny funniest thing is I woke up this morning, was making coffee, and I have these like little like magnetic tins on the side of my refrigerator that have like spices in them, and I saw the cumin, and all I heard in my head was cumin. Why it's pronounced cumin. And I'm like, where is that from? And I was like, oh my god, it's RuPaul's Drag Race.
Joslyn Fox.
It's Joslyn Fox, but I'm like, who the fuck was she? Why is that in my head? And I had it in my head for like the first few hours of this morning. And I should have just asked you, Logan. You would have known.
I absolutely would.
Brandon for sharing a brain with me and bringing.
Listen, season 6 is embedded in my brain for a reason. My first ever season ever, and again, it still holds a special place in my heart.
Or I could do Trixie as Jinx. I'm Jinx Monsoon and I'm a swamp witch.
Oh my god.
I could probably do Trixie, but like I don't know.
Points at my Jinx Monsoon Funko Pop back there.
Yes.
So
mine's over there.
Honey.
So to get back to where we were before.
I know, right? Back to the episode.
So honestly, the only other stuff up until like Snatch Game, we see who people bring as like their backups. So Georges brought Selena, which honestly probably would have been better.
I figured that would be better for her.
And Aubrey Plaza, who I was surprised no one knows who Aubrey Plaza is.
Shocked.
Mm-hmm.
And she would be such a good character too, because again, just like so
she's just a bitch.
She's
and
so
good. We find out that Deja. I think this would have been great, but obviously Deja does very well. Deja also brought Abby Lee Miller, and I'm waiting for someone to do Abby. I would do Abby Lee Miller, absolutely.
So good.
I would just need one of those motorized scooters to just back up at the end of Snatch Game. Just a real deep cut. Just says nothing, backs out of the studio.
What would be funny for that is like when Snatch Game ends, you do exactly that.
I know who Abby Lee Miller is, but I don't get all the references because I've never seen the show.
So okay.
I was so excited for Lil Jon because she went out with a "Do It, Logan."
Yeah.
She came out with that, and I died.
Oh, just so
laughing so hard. I thought that Ozzy was a strange choice, but like respect. And actually, as the episode started, I was like, "Oh, this is actually going to go really well."
Yeah.
She volleyed really well in the beginning with
I didn't think Daya did bad. I thought Daya was at least going to be safe.
We'll talk about it.
And I gotta say, Betsy DeVos choice, I was like, respect.
Genius.
So good. Could have been so
Genius.
Genius. But also like I will fully say because I didn't watch the rest of the Snatch Game, but I was like, that's genius to choose her, but also do enough people know her or know her mannerisms or know her policies?
Sadly, a lot of people know who Betsy DeVos is because of a lot of
the
things.
Bullshit.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I thought about
the bullshit.
Oh, I'm so sorry. But I thought about it the other day and I was like, wouldn't Jen Psaki be such a great Snatch Game choice?
Yes.
I don't know
She's
who-
the current White House Director of Communications.
Press
And
Oh,
she
secretary,
just
yeah. Okay.
or press secretary, whatever she is. She just reads people on a daily basis.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
that's literally her job and what she does.
I
Like,
literally-
she's so smart.
I feel like I just got caught on like Jimmy Kimmel Live, and he's like, "Where's Iran?" And I'm like, "Where Canada is." And I'm like, "I don't know who that is." I swear to God, I used to work for the government.
no,
Not
no,
this.
listen, like when Aquaria did Melania Trump, that was also ballsy, but
That was so good.
it was so good. So like I thought Betsy DeVos would do well for Jasmine, but again, we'll talk about once we get into it.
Well, we're there. So, Jay, if you would like to depart us because you have not watched, feel free. But thank you so much for being here as
I'm
always.
so glad I got to see you all.
Yes, such a pleasure.
Please go sleep.
I'm gonna go sleep.
We had a long day today. Please go sleep.
Love you all.
Hi, guys.
Bye. Oh, she finished her wine. Oh, God. Well,
Here we go.
oh, boy. Wine?
Wine? Vodka?
Like, I love that we were all here for the original vodka too. That makes me really happy.
Well, technically I wasn't, so
No,
like
you were.
I watched it. I watched
Oh,
it.
was it not? I thought it was Dracula.
No, the original vodka was I think you were doing
The
a
cast
cast
assessment.
I was gonna say, I don't think I was here for vodka. I know I
thought-
was here with Dragula.
I thought it was
y'all did it
Dracula for a
then.
second. Yeah.
No, I watched it. I DM'd Logan immediately about it. I was just like, you are cracking me
Vodka.
up, right? And of course, that's when I knew I needed to start covering with you all.
Obviously, yeah. So I did a thing. I did a step above today, and I actually pulled Snatch Game looks too.
Thank you.
God.
So we get to
Thank
see the
God.
visuals because I actually thought a lot of the visuals were really good. So we'll
yeah.
talk about each of the Snatch Game characters in the order that they were in. I think we could talk overall first. Obviously, this was not a great Snatch Game by any means of the imagination, mostly because Rue's makeup artist was there. I don't acknowledge her
Yeah.
name, but Rue's makeup artist was there and trying to be funny and not succeeding. So anyway, at least she wasn't black. Though she was the same skin tone as RuPaul. Anyway, Dove Cameron. The winner of this week's Snatch Game, truly,
Yeah.
honestly, Dove Cameron.
The only true winner of like contestants being on.
On it, yeah. I was like, she won technically because she actually got the most points.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Because usually doesn't Rue just go like nobody's the winner or like
Who
just
the winner
cares?
is
Or just like
anything?
some
Yeah.
gag.
Bench, like, yeah.
right?
Who
Or Charo.
cares?
Or Charo.
Charo.
Oh my God,
Judge
TBT.
Judy, I think it was one season. Yeah, so it's normally not a person. So I was like, oh my God, yay, Dove Cameron, yay! Because I feel like that's probably going to be like a trivia question for in a few years for like Drag Race like pub trivia once we're allowed to do that again. Yeah, smile.
Yeah.
Okay, first up, the Lady Camden as William Shakespeare. Y'all, I didn't think this was that bad.
It wasn't. Like this was a good
No.
choice. This
Yeah.
was a good choice.
Because she could be funny with it, and I mean, nobody knows what William Shakespeare was like, and so really,
Those are the characters now in the new meta of Snatch Game. You honestly really want to pick characters that like
no one
nobody
knows about.
because you think of like
And old characters, people
Yeah.
who like nobody was around for even.
well, so it's a double-edged sword because you have people like Rosé doing Mary Queen of Scots, and you have Simone doing Harriet Tubman, which I think were two very strong Snatch Games. On
Whoever
the
Ben de la
opposite,
Creme did.
well, Dame Maggie Smith is a real person.
Well, isn't
Mhm.
William
You're
William
think-
Shakespeare real?
Well,
Yeah.
like Maggie Smith is alive.
Currently?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait, Ben de,
You're thinking of
Ben de la Creme was a really old looking character, isn't?
that's Dame
Dame
Maggie Smith
Maggie Smith.
from
From Downton Abbey.
Downton Abbey.
Oh, so Dela was doing a character of a real
Yes.
person.
Yes.
Yes.
I see.
Yeah, and William
I
Shakespeare
was
is
like,
real,
wait,
but
what?
from
Isn't
Dead.
this person
yeah,
real?
but
For a while.
well dead.
I will talk about it because obviously, like the gag. We'll talk about the
Oh,
gag at the
God.
end. I honestly don't think the whole gag was valid. And I think instead maybe there should have been a bottom 4. We'll talk about it. But
Yeah,
I
well,
thought
once we get through everyone, I want to like say who should have been top, safe, bottom.
we'll get
we'll get there.
I thought Camden did a pretty decent job. Obviously, she's in the hot seat, so it's a very difficult position to be in anyway. But I thought she came up with some pretty, like, actually funny jokes. And I loved playing this, like, gay Shakespeare.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of love that because in the workroom, Rue does say, like, bring the energy of, like, what you did when you did Freddie Mercury, bring that into Snatch Game. And she literally went and did it because this was basically Freddie Mercury meets William Shakespeare.
Uh-huh.
And that's a choice. And I thought it was actually a really good choice. So for what this Snatch Game was, on any other Snatch Game, she probably would have been like low safe.
Yeah, I was gonna say I feel like for most Snatch Games, she just would have been safe, period. But I think like the dramatics of it all, it just made sense to just. I don't think Camden's in danger next week, but I think for the added
we've seen Camden lip sync, so I don't think she.
Oh yeah, like the thing is, like we've seen this in the past, but like I feel like dynamically of what everyone chooses will affect how Snatch Game could be.
Yeah.
So, like again, everyone what everyone picks, like that dynamic has to be there, and I felt like again we'll talk more about this when we get to more along the line, but I felt like this dynamic wasn't there with like what the choices were. So
yeah,
that's how I see it.
Yeah, for sure. So next up on the line was Jasmine Kennedy as Betsy DeVos. It's DeVos, not DeVos, DeVos.
Such a miss because I feel like Jasmine talks so much, she really could have done so well with this. But I think the kind of what I was saying earlier about the Daya Jasmine thing, I think Jasmine is now like super self-conscious about talking a lot. And I think that kind of came into play here too, of like, and I think this came into play with a lot of girls that they're so scared of making like a joke that's not funny that they'll just forego the joke, period.
Yeah.
And I think that might have been what happened with Jasmine, especially. I just feel like she especially, I feel like Jasmine could have done so well with this role.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I actually kind of had hopes for this one because like I thought that Jasmine would have been the dark horse of Snatch Game, but again, a lot of misses. The dynamic wasn't there. I honestly had hopes, and I thought that like, and she said this in Untucked, but like she said that picking Betsy was risky because like we all know everyone doesn't like her.
Yeah.
And like the way like she didn't like she knew she wasn't gonna do it justice, but as in like justice to be funny. That's how she looked. But this I really thought that this was gonna be good, and it really wasn't.
Yeah, I mean she had like a couple of like laughable moments. I don't mean laughable in the negative way. I mean like laughable in like that was like I laughed at that. But like I also feel like a lot of the way I've watched this twice, unfortunately, because I wanted to watch it with doing my best to not be influenced by the edit. Because the edit upon second watch is really, really like pointed in the fact that no one's doing well except for Deja. Like it's very evident. And so I wanted to look at just the laughs themselves. And I don't think she was the worst.
Yeah, she wasn't. And I agree. I did kind of rewatch this in a way because when I first watched this again, I was drunk, and again, watch party. It was like, but yeah, like
vodka.
Yeah, vodka. Anyways, I really tried my best to like sway away from listening to the laugh tracks and also just like and all that, and yeah, I thought that she did fine, but I understand the sentiment why this didn't do so well. So
totally.
Yeah. Well, next up, oh Lord Jesus, is Angeria Paris Van Michaels as Tammy Brown. Y'all, I have expressed on multiple occasions how much I love Angie. She was the worst for me.
Really?
What?
I was gonna say Angeria committed to her role of what
Yes.
she thought Tammy Brown was like. And so I feel like you gotta respect that of like she was like unwavering, at least from what I saw. Was it Tammy Brown? Maybe not
No.
fully, but you could tell that this is fully what Angeria conceptualized as Tammy Brown. And so it was a choice, but I don't know that I thought she was the worst.
This
I
is
did only watch it once though, so
Mhm.
Yeah.
Though I will say, a lot of people have said this. This has been long overdue for someone to do Tammy Brown on the Snatch Game,
Yes.
because like people have said of the Rue girls, people were waiting for this, and I was waiting for this, if I'll be honest.
Yeah.
And I honestly think that this was fine to me. Like I
Okay.
do agree, like what you said, like this, like if saying this was like the worst for you, like which valid, because
Yeah.
everyone has their opinions.
Well, thank you, Brandon.
Again, I can acknowledge that, because like
Yeah.
I can see why some people's like, it's like, yes, like they even like Rue even said like she didn't go far enough, like she kind of did like kind of like the ish same thing in
Yeah.
a sense, but I thought it was still funny, so
Yeah. So
that's how I saw it.
sure, no. So my biggest issue is that I felt like every other person on this Snatch Game at least had some sort of like levels to the way they committed to portraying the character they were doing. And I don't feel like Angie had those same levels. It felt very whatever she committed to. I will give her props for committing to whatever this was. I think on Twitter, she made like not a great joke because it included Bill Cosby, but she said she was doing like Bill Cosby as Wanda Sykes as Tammy Brown.
Oh, no.
And I was like, let's just stick to Wanda Sykes as Tammy Brown. Let's stay
I
there.
saw the Wanda Sykes, but don't go there.
Yeah.
no.
So I may have just seen that. I'm not 100% sure. It's been a long weekend. Anyway,
Yeah.
my point with that is I felt like levels with a lot of the other performances. She's not my worst. She's actually tied for my worst because
Yeah.
I thought along those same lines, there was
Oh.
one other person that I thought did equally as bad as Angie in the sense of not having the levels to their performance.
Okay.
For me, there was a very clear bottom four. And I said that earlier. I'll talk about it again. But for me, there was a very clear bottom four, a very clear winner, and three people that I thought could have been safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
Unfortunately, this week, Angie was not one of them. And I honestly think that we're getting this, the bullshit, we'll talk about it, because they didn't want to put two of the front-running fan favorite queens in the bottom two.
Which is shocking. It's shocking because I feel like, I mean, we had Brooklyn and Evie who
I was
both
going to say the exact same thing.
Uh-huh.
bombed Snatch Game, but then they came, maybe they're just concerned about, I mean, we'll say it, Angeria and Willow's, maybe they're concerned about their lip syncs, you know, it's like, we haven't seen, I don't think we've seen either of them lip sync, and so it's like, maybe they were just so concerned of like, oh my god, like, what if this is what we have? We just had a double Shantae last week, we can't do that again this week.
Another double.
So maybe that was their thought process, but it's like, I feel like everyone even this episode was like, Snatch Game is what separates like the winners from losers. That's not true. Like, again,
Evie Oddly,
Evie and Brooklyn Heights, top two. I don't think
as much as I don't like her run on the show, Tyra Sanchez is another person who bombed Snatch Game, won her season.
Or did Jada Essence Hall do amazing at Snatch Game? I don't remember.
She was safe.
Yeah, she was safe
as Cardi B. I thought her Cardi B was pretty good.
Yeah.
But it's like she didn't win, but she still won the season. And so I don't think Snatch Game separates the front runners from the people who aren't front runners. I think that that's like, I mean, maybe in Bianca Del Rio's time that was, because I mean,
well, Bianca Del Rio didn't even win Snatch Game.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it's like, why do we have this like expectation for Snatch Game? I hate Snatch Game.
No, because in seasons past, Snatch Game was always the turning point. And like in this point of the season, Snatch Game wasn't actually the turning point of the season. And what they're trying to do, what they're doing now, it's like they're trying to make it as like Snatch Game is so like polarizing, which it is.
Yeah.
But with this season being so late, like we're seeing like what they're trying to do now, and it's like not like I see what they're doing. I don't think it's working in their favor, if I'll be honest.
Well, so the thing is, what I like about the international seasons is that their like turning point is the girl group challenge, which is what I feel like the turning point in this season was.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, like, because the girl group challenge is the closest to what drag queens do on a day-to-day basis, in my opinion. People might have I don't even think a design challenge, really, because let's be honest, most of the local queens you have working in your cities buy their stuff off Amazon if they don't make it. Like, that's just a realistic situation. So I feel like they're trying to maybe move away from Snatch Game being the cornerstone. And I really like the use of the girl group challenge in a US season where we haven't seen a girl group challenge in the middle of the season. You see it at the beginning, or you see it at the end, or sometimes both. And with putting a girl group challenge in the middle of a US season, I really feel like they're trying to shift away from Snatch Game being the turning point. I'm really hoping so, because I like Snatch Game as a concept. I just don't love the way that Snatch Game has been done over the last couple of seasons, and this Snatch Game really showed.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But let's move on to the next person, because I like seeing Angie on my screen, but this conversation was not all about Angie. So so next is Georges as Ilana Glazer from Broad City, but mostly of Broad City fame.
I had hopes for this, actually.
Ilana Glazer is a funny bitch.
I really like Georges's top in this. That's all I could think about the entire time. I was like, wow, I really like that shirt. I really like the shirt.
Like, nailed the look. I just don't know how, like, the jokes came through.
Okay, I thought her coochie monster joke was actually really funny. And this is one instance where the edit was like, like there was like the like clown music almost over her doing this like coochie monster situation. I thought it was really funny.
I love that part. I was just like, I actually loved it. And I was just like, why wasn't this as praised? I was just like, editing? What are you doing?
Yeah.
And Georges, I feel like it's easy for them to turn on Georges in something like Snatch Game because they haven't presented her as someone who is going to be super funny. Like, she's not labeled as the comedy queen this season, and so she's just someone I think that editing could really have gone either way with if they praised her for something like that, or if they were just like, no, we can just throw it by the wayside.
Yeah, I don't think she did well. I don't think she did well. But I don't want my comment to be misconstrued. I didn't like her, Ilana Glazer. I thought she had funny moments. She didn't have as many levels. She's not the levels person that I'm talking about, but she didn't have as many levels as I thought some of the other girls that could have been safe did. Like, for example, Camden. I thought Camden had a lot of really good levels to the way that she was portraying William Shakespeare. And I didn't see that in people like Georges. Why can't I say Georges today? Gorgeous like Georges. Anyway, But did we all expect Georges to do well at Snatch Game? Let's be honest here.
No.
Yeah. So.
But I was happy to see like someone finally do Ilana Glazer.
Yeah.
Because like some of the choices people are trying to make, like I'm glad they're finally like giving some people their due when it comes to Snatch Game. Because we kind of saw that as a surprise from last season when I did not expect Denali doing Jonathan Van Ness. Who like did really well, and then now we get this level with Ilana Glazer. I was just like, I have hopes, but it wasn't there.
And Denali was coached by one of my favorite Chicago queens, Auntie Chan.
Yes, love
Auntie Chan. If you have not checked out In My Homosexual Opinion, with an episode this week featuring the one and only Deja Sky, please go do that because they're great.
Yeah, it was really fun.
Auntie Chan for season 15, thank you.
Honestly.
And Darby Lynn Cartwright for season 16, First Boot. No, because she said she wouldn't make it far on Drag Race. She's literally, and I don't think she would either. I'm gonna be honest. Unless
At least she's aware. At least
oh,
she's
100%. She's like, I would be an early out on Drag Race, and I'm like, honestly, sure, Darby. Like, I'm on board. But anywho's all. Oh boy, Jesus gosh. Okay.
This was
Willow
so
Pill
painful.
as Drew
my
Barrymore.
God.
So this is the other person that is tied for my bottom.
I agree. I
Now,
actually
here's
agree.
the thing. Have either of y'all seen Willow do Drew Barrymore on YouTube?
I've
No.
seen bits of it, but not like fully.
Okay, here's the thing. Willow doing Drew. That's a difficult sentence to say. Willow doing Drew on YouTube is fucking hilarious.
I believe it.
Like,
I love Willow so much.
truly.
I was so surprised by this. And again, editing is everything.
Yeah.
But it's like, I love Willow so much. And so it's like, to see her like tank this, I was like,
to
oh
see
my
her
God, like,
not
what is
realize
happening?
that Drew Barrymore and RuPaul had worked together.
I think that's what fucked her over the entire, because I feel like Snatch Game is like, once you're shaken, it's like,
Yeah.
it's downhill from there. And also, maybe because I disengage really easily during Snatch Game, did she not bring up any Scream references?
There was no, actually no.
I know she did on Twitter.
Well, she wasn't really trying to do Drew Barrymore, the actress. She was trying to do Drew Barrymore, the personality, because obviously Drew has her own show, so like it's a whole thing. There was one movie reference, and it was the E.T. reference.
Mhm.
I feel like if she maybe leaned into, and maybe I'm biased because Scream is my favorite franchise of all time, but I feel like
Yeah.
Scream would have been so good in something like
Well,
Snatch Game, because
yeah.
there's literally a guessing game and like a
Yeah.
question and answer in Drew's scene in Scream. So it's like,
Yeah.
I think, it
So
would have been so
here's what I'm gonna counter that. I'm gonna volley, if you will, with you, Audrey.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Do we think if Willow had brought up Scream references, do we think it would have been Scarlet Harlot doing Macaulay Culkin on UK? Do we think it would have gotten to that level? Perhaps. I do.
She could have done like the wig change, you know what I'm saying? Like
A wig change would have been like the perfect subtle way to do that, but
Yes.
I don't know.
Well, we move. There's not much more to say.
Brandon, I
Yeah.
don't know if you have anything to bring up, but
Nothing much. All I can say is, well, actually, T. Here's the thing. Like, yes, they did. Rue and Drew did work together on World's Best. However, I don't remember World's Best.
Yeah. Who does?
I genuinely thought she was referencing her talk show.
Me too. I didn't know that it was something different.
I
Yeah.
didn't know it was something different either.
Yeah, because I remember because Drew Barrymore was actually a guest judge, rotating, I believe, on World's Best. And if I'll be honest, like World's Best like was an attempt on an international competition, and I'm glad they actually had RuPaul as a judge on that. However, if that was the thing, if that was Rue supposed to be referencing, how was Willow supposed to remember that?
Honestly.
Like that's the one thing. Like, and I did talk about this with Tatiana when she talked about it at the watch party, and like no one remembered World Best, and I'll be honest, because like yes, I remember some of the contestants because like some of them were world renowned, like from what I remembered. It's just that it wasn't enough for me to know like how is like World's Best. Like yes, it was on Viacom CBS, but it wasn't enough for me at least. So that's it.
Yeah. It's Deja's little John. Okay, here's what I'm gonna say. This was very clearly the best of this Snatch Game, but I'm gonna be real honest. If she was on any other Snatch Game, she would have been safe.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, I feel like Monet brought that up with during the pit stop. It was like,
yes,
was she amazing, or was she just the best out of this group? You know, obviously, not to say like she did do very well.
She did a good job.
But it was just evident that she was the front.
It feels very similar to last week, where Bosco I think got her win because she was sat against three people that didn't do well in that.
Right.
Whereas Deja very clearly, obviously, there was no other choice to win the challenge.
Right.
It did not matter. it did not matter what she wore on the runway. We'll talk about it because, in my opinion, it's not great. But it did not matter what else she did in that episode. Deja was winning the challenge.
Yeah.
Unless she broke the rules.
Right. There
Deja
was literally no other
challenge.
option. It would have been it literally, if they had given it to anybody else, like integrity of the show, what's
Who
left
else
would have been like.
Well, here's some
gone.
tea then. Who else? If Deja was not in this,
I feel like Aussie. I feel like
disagree.
Daya. Really?
No, not
I would-
Aussie.
I would say Camden.
Yeah, I would have said Camden or dare I say Tammy? Like Tammy from Nigeria?
Absolutely not. No.
I don't know.
I feel like it would be between Daya and Camden. I could see Camden. Yeah, definitely.
Or perhaps Bosco.
Oh, right.
We'll talk about Bosco
now.
now.
Also,
Gwyneth Paltrow.
We'll talk about Bosco. Yeah.
Can we also talk about the fact that Lil Jon acknowledged this?
Gag
No
Atandra.
way. No way.
I
see
think
that.
so Lil Jon responded on Twitter. I'm pretty sure it's because Deja's now darified, if you will. Deja's now it's fine. I'm tired. Deja's now verified on Twitter.
Wow,
and verified
so
people
cool.
have that verified tab, so I'm pretty sure that's
Right.
probably how Lil Jon saw it.
That's so cool.
But yeah, fully acknowledged and was like, great job.
I
was
love
like,
that.
I love that
that
for
for Deja.
Deja.
Yeah.
I
totally.
love that for Deja. I love Deja. Deja is my everything. Deja, please give me a chance. I'm your type.
There you go.
Please.
Gotta
Hi,
shoot your
thanks.
shot. Gotta
Oh,
shoot your
I
shot,
fully
Logan.
I fully openly was flirting with Deja on Twitter, and she was flirting back, in my humble opinion, or in my homosexual opinion. Okay. Anyway, Deja did great. Period. End of story.
Deja did do good.
Mm-hmm.
Very good.
Bosco. Do y'all know what I'm referencing there?
Alaska?
Alaska
They do that
the
on
pit
Race
stop, yeah.
Chaser. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I was saying I know it from the pit stop.
They have
From,
it
like,
as
episode-
a sound bite on their
Good.
podcast now.
I need to catch up on Race Chaser because I'm a few episodes behind. But Bosco
Yeah.
as Gwyneth Paltrow. I loved the choice of doing deep voiced Gwyneth. I honestly thought this was pretty good. Kombucha, I'm sorry.
I love that prop.
Sorry.
Like that was good. That was good.
I don't know
Do you
enough
like
about
my-
Gwyneth Paltrow.
Do you
to
like
have any
my
reference.
Yonic light bearer? Like, that's funny. They did Bosco dirty in
Yeah,
this
they
episode.
did Bosco dirty. Like this
Ugh.
would have been a high say for me.
Yeah. I don't know a whole lot about it. Also, droop, because that's what we can say without getting a lawsuit. I'm sorry,
That was
that's
funny.
funny.
That was funny.
That's
That part.
funny.
I love that part. I was just like, droop. I was just like,
That's
oh.
fucking funny. I'm sorry. Bosco should not have been in the bottom. Honestly, you know what? I'm going to change my mind. If Deja was not a part of this, I would give Bosco the win. I'm saying it definitively because I thought Bosco did a great job.
I thought Bosco did fine. Like this is like, I think what you said, like for Deja, Bosco, and Camden would have been safe for this. Like,
I had one other person that would be safe. It's actually, spoiler, it's the last person we have to talk about. For me, but I guess, do we have any more thoughts on Bosco? Or should we move on?
Bosco did fine.
Like,
Bosco did fine.
no question. What was that the only prop that was brought out besides the whole cup that Deja had?
I believe so, yeah. The pimp cup.
The pimp cup and then the kombucha bottle.
The kombucha, which then got dumped into the pimp cup. So,
which was funny to me because I was just like, because last season, Jackie had 5 props.
my husband, Harry Hamlin.
Already
Harry
2 seasons ago.
Hamlin.
2
It's
seasons ago already. Can you believe?
That's season 12, babe.
Uh-huh. And then, of course, like, if it were, I wish there was more props in this season, obviously, because that would have been made it a little better. But of course, when people said that the kombucha didn't work, I was just like, "Are you kidding? That was funny." Like,
Kombucha was fucking funny.
like, and spelled that way too. Mind
You know who would be really fun to do on Snatch Game because she's such a big fan of the show? Speaking of kombucha, Brittany Broski.
So wild.
Oh.
Brittany Broski went to Texas A&M, as
Yep.
did I, and
Gig
like
'em.
but, like around the same time too. Around the same time.
Oh yeah, because she's like our age. Yeah.
Yeah, which is so crazy to think about.
And
Like,
she's
could have
she's
been in
an-
a class with me, and I just have no idea.
I love her mostly because like she's a lovely personality and whatever, but she has a degree in art history, which just makes me really happy being the art history nerd that I am. I'm like when she started doing her fart history series, I was like, yes! I love her so much. Anyway,
Just so crazy, so many like reality TV, and I know Brittany Broski's not like reality TV, but adjacent.
Yeah.
People came from A&M, and I'm like, I
Hey,
feel like
like,
it's a sign.
when-
It's a
when,
sign,
like,
right?
This is like one instance of a social media star that could have worked for Snatch Game.
Oh, Brittany Broski would be so fucking funny. Just like bring kombucha and just like your reaction to a question. Like just don't write anything on the card and just do.
No.
Like that's a fucking funny answer. Maybe you know what? When I'm on Drag Race season 22 and Brittany Broski is, you know, doing something with her life, I'm gonna do Brittany Broski for Snatch Game. Period.
There you go.
And honestly, like aside from that meme that she's famous for, like she's actual personality.
Yeah.
Like she's
Well,
an
and
actual.
she's known
like-
within a lot of the fandom because like she's been on like Trixie's YouTube channel and like she's such a big fan of Drag Race that like I don't know. You could honestly play. I don't know if y'all have seen when they did Battle of the Seasons, the live tour like 6 or 7 years ago, where they did like a Snatch Game situation. Most of them are not great because, well, Alaska did Laganja the whole time and it was so funny. But at one point, Benda La Creme just played a Drag Race super fan. And like, honestly, I would take a lot of that and just add Brittany Broski's like mannerisms into it. And that's probably what would be my character.
Mhm.
If someone takes this, I swear to God, because this is going on the internet, but like, if someone does this, give me props. Anyway. Oh no! Diabetes as Ozzy Osbourne. I thought this was perfectly fine.
It was fine. Literally nothing more to say. It was
Honestly,
fine.
I wanted a Sharon. That's all I wanted, honestly.
Honestly.
Or the bat, like could have eaten the head off of a bat.
Like this honestly gave me Ozzy Osbourne on like Quaaludes. Which still wasn't bad in the grand scheme of this Snatch Game, but
Totally.
like I thought this was fine. Like this could have been safe. Like honestly.
Yeah.
Well, oh yeah, but yeah, Daya, I thought actually did like the starting, like the opening part where it was talking about like the bat head. I don't know, it's fucking dead. I thought that was funny. Like, hello.
Like, but like before, like they actually played the game, like they were actually funny, and then
Yeah.
the game
Intros.
happened, and it was just like, oh,
I just
okay.
don't remember
Intros
a lot
were
of
good.
what Daya did, if I'm being honest, but I laughed a few times.
copying Bosco's.
Oh
answers.
fuck yeah, copy. That was a choice.
I feel like we move. There's not much more to say.
We're moving.
Yeah.
Yes. So
And I'm out.
We-
So
yes, good. So we go to Elimination Day and we walk into the workroom. Deja feels great and nobody else does.
There's no
Obviously.
delusion. There's no
There's no
delusion.
delusion
Everyone's
here.
like, everyone knows.
Yeah, so Georges is talking with Daya about like how she thinks she's gonna be in the bottom. Jasmine does pipe up as well, but Georges thinks that Willow might land in the bottom with her, and like technically she's not wrong, but also everybody else did. We'll talk about it. And then we find out that Willow worships mushrooms. Work, Diva. I love
Okay.
it. That's such a Denver, Colorado thing,
honestly,
I was like, oh yeah, she's from Denver. Sure, yeah. No, that makes sense. That's actually a really good segue into the runway. Because the category for the runway.
I thought you
No,
were going to say, which is a really good segue into, have y'all done mushrooms before? I thought that's where it was going, and I was like,
I mean, we can ask that question.
to go out into the world here. No, we'll go with what you're
No,
saying.
I'm asking the question now.
if we're gonna answer that, no, because I don't do that shit.
I have not partaken in mushrooms.
Oh, I fully have. I'll be
I
honest.
heard they're amazing. Amazing.
I had a bad experience, but I know a
Oh.
lot of people that do have a really good experience. So I deal with, that's actually what led me to getting diagnosed with ADHD. Funny enough, I don't
Oh.
share that story very often. Well, now it's on the internet, so who cares? But like, that's actually what led to that. Because I had an adverse reaction because of my ADHD.
Oh, no
And
way.
I know people that have ADHD that it's perfectly fine. This is just me.
Right.
So I don't, but I smoke a lot of weed, so it's like whatever. Because thank God it's legal in Arizona, let me tell you. But no, so the category for the runway is Holy Couture. I don't think that the prompt they were given, when you get the list of prompts, I don't think that was the exact verbiage. And here's why. So the runways were so disparate that honestly, I think that what they were told was like, worship me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because we'll talk about it. Not a lot of them give worship, or not a lot of them give holy, but all of them give worship in some way or another.
Totally.
So I just want to like preface that I'm not going off of the category Holy Couture. For this, I'm not judging it based on that. Normally, I like to judge in accordance with the runway category that we are told. But with this one, I just felt like it was so disparate that like I'm not even going to bother with this one. So with that said, first up, Angie. This is fucking great.
Yeah, she did amazing. As usual. Angeria never does bad. I don't think Angeria ever does bad on the runway. And I love this color. The color of the dress. I think it's so pretty.
This pastel pink is just gorgeous on her skin.
Oh,
I will
so
say,
good.
it is a little basic, but I understand it's the character. And so because it's a little bit more on the basic side, the character really brings it up for me, so I don't have a problem with it.
I wouldn't say it's basic. It's just very like is saying on the nose correct? Like it's very like
no.
It is what it is, you know?
So I'm actually gonna rescind that comment. And I'm gonna say something that we talked about in our Drag Race UK versus the World. Check that out. This is simple done best. That's what I'm gonna say.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
I would say that, yeah.
Because that's more so what I mean about it.
Because like if we're talking about like the category, like I was thinking Sunday Church for this.
That's exactly what this is, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So like this is like, yes, it's simple, but like this is like you said, simple at best. Like
yeah,
I loved it. Like this is something that like I see like why like she went toward this. So I was happy to see.
Yeah. Agreed.
Absolutely. Bosco.
This is giving very we keep bringing her up this week, Joslyn Fox, because she did something very similar last week, and that's kind of what Joslyn did in her season as well, like kind of the similar ideas with. So I wasn't
straps body.
Yeah, I like this isn't bad, but I'm like I feel like we've seen this last week with Bosco, something pretty similar, and so
I was gonna actually go to Canada's Drag Race because this is very reminiscent for me of what Pythia and Kendall Jenner did on season 2 of Canada's Drag Race. Do I think this looks good? Yes. Am I bored by this? Good. Absolutely.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Like if this is supposed to try to give like I guess risque none. Is that
yeah.
Like I didn't want to say the other word because I was just like no.
Yeah,
but,
sure.
But like that's what I was trying to get at because I was just like I see the headpiece, but these everything else I was just like I'm not so sure.
Yeah, the cape situation is like a reminiscent of like a nun's habit. So
like, I think I would have loved it if like I think Charlie Hides did this in her first runway where it was just like that whole like cloak she had it just with the nun look. I think that would have been just fine for this.
Yeah, a nun could have been. I feel like the idea of a nun was good, but I think that was just too similar to what Bosco's done in recent
I would like to see this woman wear more clothing. That's what I'm saying.
That part. That part.
Honestly, like, this is not bad. I'm not excited by this.
Yeah, I thought it was fine. I just didn't like. Again,
She
from
looks
what we've
great.
seen. Yeah.
It's not my
mhm.
favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
from
she
what we've
looks
seen in the
great.
past, like she like delivered with some looks. This wasn't as delivered, so
Right.
yeah.
We
Right.
move. We move.
Next.
Strap, body. to
I hated
diabetes.
this. I hated it. I absolutely hated it. I don't know
did
what it was.
too.
I just I don't know.
So I was shady and I picked the exact
Her
moment she
falling.
falls. Okay, so here's the thing. Obviously, she's doing Gaga, she's doing Marry the Night. I hated the length of the base skirt, and that honestly threw me off for the whole
And
look.
Was it I can't remember because this picture doesn't show, but was it black shoes that she was wearing? or
Yes, it was black.
pants?
It was black.
Like black pleasers.
Uh huh.
I didn't like I don't know. It was a miss. It was a miss. And when she fell, I was like, not this again. I was like, did no one tell her that Camden did this the week before? But then she was like, no, I really fell.
I
was like,
actually
"Oh,
fell because these are
no."
like 10-inch pleasers.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I'm gonna be in the minority here. I actually like this.
Wow, there we go, Brandon.
I'm kind of
spicing it
I'm
up.
I'm honestly kind of very in the middle. Like I don't love
No,
this.
because like Jaye said this was Judas, not Marry the Night.
Check your facts, Logan.
Whatever.
No, but But I
they
understand.
said Marry the Night on the show, and it does give Marry the Night, but it also gives
It does
Judas.
give Marry the Night, but it was also giving me Judas because at the very end of the Judas music video, it was this, and she kind of played it out where in the end of the Judas video, Gaga's on the ground, so and it kind of like played on that in a way. So it was just like, oh, okay. I do agree that the dress is a bit short.
Short. I don't know that it was short. It was either I feel like it could have been shorter or longer. I think it was a weird length.
The base skirt was this weird, like, at knee length.
Mhm.
It feels like this wasn't made for her.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Because the proportions were kind of off, and I feel like because of that, she had to wear the giant shoes in order to compensate for the fact that I don't think this was made for her.
I was gonna say that. Like that's supposed to be my only critique. Like, again, I actually like this look as in my bias because of the Judas music video, like iconic to this fucking day, even 11 years after the fact, obviously. Sure. But yeah, I enjoyed this. Like, again, like if we're accounting with runway and the challenge, I thought this could have been safe.
Totally.
Absolutely. Oh God, Deja, you better be happy that you were the only person to do well at that godforsaken Snatch Game, because this honestly is my worst look of the week. I'm sorry, Deja.
Same.
I love you so much. I know exactly what reference you were going for. This gives you no shape whatsoever.
I really like the hair. I do like the hair.
I don't.
But I don't like the dress either. I don't know. It's just
it's a shapeless dress.
It's like too much fabric.
Yeah, the belt is like trying to give her shape, but like we know, if there's one thing we know about Miss Deja Skye, it is that she almost always has the perfect shape. This erases all of her shape.
Yeah, that part. Like I didn't know what she was going for here when I first looked at this.
Okay.
So I had no idea what this was until I found out. So I was just like, okay, still not enough.
No. But I love you, Deja.
We move.
Right. Yeah,
I'm like, let's go. Oh, I didn't.
Fucking
like
hell. Okay. Here's the thing.
Either.
Jasmine Kennedy doing this whole Gemini situation. Before the reveal, this is one of the best things I've seen on the season. After the reveal, fuck this shit. Genuinely.
I agree. Like this, it would have been fine without the reveal, if I'll be honest.
I get it without the reveal. I perfectly get it.
I really like her eye makeup and I like her headpiece. I was not blown away by either look. I don't think either look is bad, but I don't know. It didn't move me.
Sure.
This look.
Like the first look, the black and white, the whole juxtaposition of it all. Like honestly, this is probably the most glamorous we've seen Jasmine look on the season.
Oh
honestly.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then she reveals it. I don't hate the gown underneath. I just was like, I really, really like the first gown so much that I like, why is it a reveal? We don't need a reveal here. Don't do the reveal. It's like sugarcane on the fucking caftan runway. Don't do the reveal, please.
Honestly.
But
all right. Anyways,
in the words of Audrey, we move. Gorgeous, gorgeous.
I loved this. I thought it was so good. I really did. Like I loved this look.
This is my favorite look of the night.
No, it's
really?
It's so good.
Like, okay, let me acknowledge.
It just looks perfect on her.
It's a bodysuit. It's a bodysuit with 3/4 of a skirt, a giant blunt, and the headpiece. But this is so perfectly done for me. Like, I'm not mad that it's a bodysuit. I'm not mad.
It's because it's done so well. It just like fits her body perfectly. The green, gorgeous green.
This
I love
color,
the purple hair.
The
I'm
hair
obsessed.
is what did it for me. Brandon, I know, doesn't like it as much as we do on.
No. I love this look.
Oh, good. We finally all agree.
Thank God.
No, here's your thing, because I was just like, because I was drunk off my ass that night.
Yes, we know.
I was just like, why is this? Wait, like this probably reminded you of Mohart's runway from UK versus the World.
No, but now you say it, yes.
No, because like that was my immediate thought. I was just like, I may be drunk off my ass, but I know what that color is. I'm just like, Mohart, hello.
My first thought was I thought she was holding like a bouquet of flowers. Before I realized, I was like, wow, that's kind of random.
No.
Why is she doing that? And then I was like we get it. We get it now.
Here's the thing. Like, I was like, I don't smoke at all, so I can't really say much about it, obviously. But like, I can appreciate this, obviously. So, again, that huge ass blunt, I'm just like, again, emphasis on the ass blunt. So,
yes, come on, ass blunt.
So I'm just like, oh, okay. I can see what you're going for here.
Thank you, Georges, for representing all of the stoners. I appreciate you very much. But we move to the Lady Camden. And this is why I don't think the brief was Holy Couture. This is so obviously not Holy Couture. Is this good? Absolutely, I love this.
I thought they went in so hard on her for this, but I didn't think it was a bad look. I thought it was pretty cute.
Not a bad look, but what was she going for here? Like, well, if it's supposed to be
Spice Girls, that's why I'm saying the category that they were given was not Holy Couture. I cannot, with any consciousness, say that the brief they were given on the list when they get it before the season starts, it could not have been Holy Couture. Because for Holy Couture, this doesn't make sense. No. For a worship-based category, this is perfect.
Yeah. I feel like the only thing, the bottoms, the cut on the bottoms are a little off.
No, totally. I think I agree with you, yeah.
That throws me a little. That's like the only thing that I thought of when I saw it. But I love the shoes though too. The platform shoes. I think those are so cool. But I thought that they went on really hard on this look. I did not think they needed to.
It's because they're. Here's the thing. What the judges know the category to be is Holy Couture.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so, because of that, they're judging it on that, which I'm not going to judge it on because again, this is the example of why I don't think the brief was. It couldn't have been. We'll find out in 7 years when someone is out of their contract and not on All Stars.
NDA,
I'm excited to find out in 7 years. But
let's go. Who's next? Willow. Oh,
Willow
so good.
Pill. This is great.
I think this one's so cool.
Again, this is why I don't think the category was Holy Couture, because this is not holy, this is worship, and Willow
Right.
literally uses the word worship
Yeah.
in the workroom stuff to describe worshiping mushrooms. So it couldn't have been Holy Couture.
I just thought this was so cool. And she was saying, like, while she was walking, she was like, this is the most fun I've ever had on the runway. And I feel like you could definitely tell. Like, she was just
Yeah.
like frolicking through. And I was like, oh my God, we love this. I love her.
Yeah, I was gonna say because like if the category was considered worship, this would have been my favorite look of the week.
Sure.
Yeah, because if we're going by by the category, like if it's supposed to be like of, Diabetes would have been my favorite. So
Sure. Okay. Well, thank you, Willow Pill, for your contributions to Drag Society.
Yes, it's so good.
So yours would have been Daya. Brandon, your
Yes.
favorite.
Mhm.
Odd, who was your favorite?
I can't base it on the
Yeah.
category. That's the word. I can't do it because it's like nobody did in this challenge. And so
valid.
I feel like my favorite is Willow, but the one that I was just like taken away by was George's for sure, you know?
George's is going to be my number one for the week as well. And I'm going to say nobody else was really that good. I guess Angie. I liked Willow's as well. I'll say Angie and Willow is a close second, I think.
Yeah, Daya and Angie would have been in for me, and then Willow, obviously, like if it weren't based on category, Willow's my favorite.
Yeah,
Sure.
totally.
Cool. Well, we get some results. There was a whole investigation by Michelle Visage. I did love this segment. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't
did too.
normally love Michelle's critiquing, but she was like, the investigation continues. And I was like, yeah.
She was playful with it. She was playful with it.
No, because the
course.
thing is, like, we've seen this in the past. Like, for something that Michelle's so passionate about, like, we've seen this in Madonna Runway. So, and
Yep.
then, of course, with Snatch Game.
And then with
like-
the Madonna challenge.
That part. Mhm.
So Madonna and Snatch Game.
So I'm glad. I was kind of glad that Michelle took charge here because, again, like, this was an interesting Snatch Game to say the least. And
Michelle can say all the things that Rue wants to, but can't.
So
So, but yes, we get the results and we find out that the winner of this week's challenge finally is Deja.
Deja Sky.
it's about fucking time.
Wow.
So
Thank
good.
you, Jesus. She got her win. Point blank, period. I
And
see
now
this
Jasmine's the only one, which is crazy. The only person still left.
without a
I
challenge
feel like
win,
at this point, it's like so clearly someone or a couple of girls who are like above, but everyone there has one so far besides Jasmine.
Yep. And then we get a bottom 7. And we find
Which is
out
crazy.
that the queens have to compete in a lip sync Lollapalooza, which will take up all of next episode. Now, go ahead.
So is it like All Stars 6? I'm guessing they're gonna do
I
like
think it's going to be like All Stars 4.
2v2. All Stars.
Yeah, I was thinking All Stars 4 because.
So okay, so I could answer that. I do know how it's going to run. I don't want to spoil it for Brandon unless I get Brandon's consent.
I don't want you to
So
spoil
it's-
it for me.
No, don't because I
Okay.
want to be surprised.
So
Yeah.
I know how it's running. It's not like All Star 6. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
Because here's the thing. When I found this out with the bottom 7, I was gagged.
I know.
Again, I was DMing Logan about this. I'm just like, what the
Tr-
actual
Trust
fuck?
all of us that knew 6 months ago were equally gagged when we found out. So,
And I kid you not, like again, still drunk off my ass. I don't know what I was thinking, and I was. just
I would like to reiterate to the audience on one Cosmo. But go ahead.
on one Cosmo because I was not having it that night because I was just like, what the hell is happening? Anyways, like I was just speechless because I was just like, how can you do a bottom 7?
Especially with Camden and Daya, like
So yeah.
they really could have been safe. I could see the other 4 definitely,
So
Angie and Willow, but
so here's what I'm gonna say. I would have done a bottom 4.
mhm.
I would have done Angie, Jasmine, Georges, and Willow.
Okay.
That's what I would have done. The Bosco's performance was good enough to be safe. I thought Camden's performance and Runway were good enough to be safe. And I thought Daya's performance and Runway were good enough to be safe.
Totally.
Okay.
That's just where I'm at with it.
I think if I had to guess, my guess is that next week it's going to be Jasmine that goes home, just because based on everything that we have thus far, there's just no way that they're sending Angie or Willow home. There's no fucking way.
Bosco, Camden, or Daya could go home. Who fucking knows?
Oh my
at
God, I
this
keep
point?
forgetting.
Like,
Yeah, this
I keep forgetting
anyone
that they're
other
there
than
too.
Deja could go home.
It's so crazy.
This is going to be again
Nerve-wracking.
Yeah, I'm gonna be nervous because I'm gonna be going back to that watch party next week. I made sure of it because this is like
I planned a from home watch party for that exact reason, because I need to be around other queer people when this happens. It's literally gonna be me, 3 other queer masculinely identifying people, and Jaye. That's literally what I'm doing next week.
I'm gonna be nervous until Angie and Willow are safe,
Sure.
and then I'll be like, okay, like
Here's
I can muster whatever comes out, but until
Yeah.
they're safe, I'm gonna be stressed. I was stressed this week coming into it.
Here's what I'll say. At this point, we will now have had everybody on the season lip sync for their life. I'm very excited to see everybody lip sync, honestly.
Yeah,
which
I'm
has
excited
never
for Angie.
which has never happened on like I don't think we've
Wait.
ever wait.
No, go
No,
ahead. Go ahead.
There are
Brandon. You go
definitely
first.
seasons where every single person is lip synced.
I just can't remember because again I've only like watched what I've had.
Season 11
Oh.
is
Okay.
one of probably several examples, but that's the one that comes to my mind first.
Okay, all right, makes sense.
My guess for what's going to happen next week is going to be they're going to have everyone all at once, all 7 people.
Not
lip sync?
not like the
No,
sixth
no,
way.
we are
No,
not. No,
listen to
no,
me.
no.
Listen to me.
Okay,
They're
I'm
gonna have
listening.
everyone. They're gonna have everyone lip sync, and then each round they're going to be like, okay, Willow, you're safe, and then they're going to restart, and then 6 people are gonna do it. Then they're gonna say, okay, Angeria, you're safe, and then just make them go again and again and again until it's final a 2v, like one person versus another person, and then they're going to say, this is where my thing comes in. That's when they're gonna say, both of you did horrible. You're going home. And then one person's going to have the chocolate. And then I bet you that would be so fierce if they were like, everyone, you have to fight for it. Like, you have to go for it. And then they just like one by one saved people. How insane would that be? I should be like a producer. I
That's
have great
too
ideas.
much,
Okay, yeah, that is
honestly.
too much. I'm like, no,
This
I
is
doubt-
too fucking much.
How
Like-
else are they going to take the whole episode, though?
I want to answer, but I can't.
Again, Keith, please keep me surprised. I really want to like see
Yes.
what goes down in this. Like
Well, I can't tell either of you. Damn it.
Yeah,
again,
don't tell me.
I'm probably gonna be drunk off my ass again next
On,
week.
I would like to reiterate again on one Cosmo.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna make that same mistake again. So
On one tequila shot.
no. Last time I was at that watch party, I had a margarita. So
On one margarita.
and a margarita does nothing to me, if I'll be honest.
Sure. But I would like to end our episode with, again, acknowledging Gone But Not Forgotten Cornbread the Snack Jaye.
Cornbread would have done so good. I bet. On Snatch Game.
I
she's-
heard her.
Yeah,
Did she say who she was going to do?
she was gonna do Leslie Jones.
Ah.
And
So
if you
good.
saw her runway look on Instagram for this speed,
Bearded Jesus. I would
Yes.
have cried.
that would have won. I think
So
that would
funny.
have won.
100, yeah.
Uh huh.
Let's hope for season 15, y'all, because
Uh-huh.
Well, I know some things about some other seasons that I will not disclose because neither one of y'all want to hear it.
Yeah,
But
please,
No.
please.
well, actually, it's fairly
Spoiler
obvious.
free. Spoiler
Well,
free.
no, I was gonna say, given social media activity,
Actually, I did find. We'll talk about this after the episode's over, but I did read a spoiler accidentally. So
And they finally
Gag.
announced all winners. Finally.
that
Like
was
the
that was
release date.
that was the thing.
well, so that's not official.
It
Yeah.
is. They released the release
Oh, they
date.
did.
It's like May 20th or something.
10 days after my date of birth.
There we go.
And 10 days after Eurovision starts. Thank God I'll be done with Eurovision by then.
No, May is going to be.
Iconic, legendary, because you know why? I was born then. So
There we go.
Uh-huh.
that's why. Even though I was supposed to be born in June. Anyway.
Wow.
Oh yeah,
There we go.
I was 6.5 weeks premature. Fun fact.
Wow.
Fun facts.
TBT.
Anyway, let's end on vodka.
Vodka? Yeah, again, I needed all that today because this was
Yeah.
too fucking
An episode of television that was too fucking much. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the fact that I was drunk off my ass, like I was like, again, off of one Cosmo.
Off of one Cosmo.
Again, I didn't think this would happen at all, and I was just like, I did not think I would be spending this weekend this way, and
Here we are.
If you know, you know. That's all I'm gonna say.
yes.
But with
exactly.
that is what we think about Snatch Game on season 14 of RuPaul's Best Friends Make Him Laugh Southern Hospitality, rigged for, I'm gonna say rigged for Angie and Willow race. I
I'm
said
here
it. I'm
for it.
sorry.
I'm
here
here
for
for
it,
it.
but I'm sorry. That's what we think. Let us know in the comments what y'all think. Follow us on Twitter, subscribe, like, and share on your way out. And I have an empty cup that I can cheers with. So,
I still have ice in here,
Woo.
so
woo, vodka,
vodka.
vodka, vodka.
Nathan, we miss you.